It's fair to say the real estate sector has taken a knock since the beginning of the COVID-19 outbreak. For many people, reduced incomes or no salaries at all leave little room to consider a new home. But could recent interest rate cuts and dropping prices stimulate some interest among buyers? To discuss this, we're joined by Geoffrey Lee from Absa Home Loans, talking to us from Johannesburg. Good morning. Is this going to stimulate the industry?
Good morning, Rebecca. I certainly think that even coupled with the comments from our president last night and the easing of restrictions, I think the real estate industry will start returning to some level of new normal. I think the interest rate cuts can support customers, but it is about being prudent during this time, managing your liquidity and managing your cash flows to ensure that should we go into a second round of lockdown, that you are able to not have put some of the money that the interest rate has given as a relief aside to enable you to survive potentially a second round. But I do believe it will add some much needed stimulus to the economy and to the sector.
And what sort of banking intervention is planned?
So I think it's safe to say that since the advent of the pandemic and the resultant lockdown, I think many industries have taken a huge amount of strain. There's some household names that have filed for levels of bankruptcy or support. Hertz, Comair more locally, the Edcon Group. And I think the banking sector, for the second time in about 12 to 13 years, is going to be really tested from its requirements, its liquidity and its capital requirements. But, in close collaboration with the Reserve Bank, who's provided easing of regulation on capital requirements, the resilience of the South African banking sector will shine through. I have no doubt about that. I mean, further efforts that we've gone to at a Absa level, the Banking Association level, around subsidization of SAS switch fees, banking relief, and many of the funds that have been set up are there to support South Africans during this time.
And going back to your work with those who want to get involved in the housing sector with the interest rates going down, I mean, are people setting them? Is this going to stop rates from going down anymore? How's that going to play out?
So Absa, we had last week, we had the announcement of a further 50 basis points cut. Absa had called that 50 basis point cut. I don't think we are calling any further cuts for the balance of the year. The repo rate, which is the prime lending rate between financial institutions, is at an unprecedented low of 3.75%, which brings the prime lending rate to 7.75%. So it's at a low. We're not expecting it to go much lower this year, but it could go lower in years to come.
All right, Geoff Lee, good to talk to you. Thank you.